All right. Today, we can't really do much cooking until I get this meat packaged up that we got. We got 20 pounds of ground beef and 20 pounds of chicken breast. And I need to get this into the freezer into meal-sized packages before it stays out at room temperature too long. And so I just got these 10-pound packages of ground beef at Winco. I had to go clear across town to find ground beef that wasn't $5 a pound. Still had to pay a lot. These are $31 right now for 10 pounds, which is $3.10 a pound. So that is doable. But these are just a touch larger than 20 inches long. So each 2 inches of these is going to be 1 pound. So we're going to package these into 1 pound increments. And you can just put a ruler right next to it if you're like me and you can't do even proportions. And then just try to line that up on the number 2. And I'm using a long fillet knife. It helps you have straighter cuts if your knife is longer. And this is a large fillet. My husband got me these knives like 20 years ago. They have a lifetime guarantee. It was so worth the money. Then number 4. And number 6. And just line that up with your eyeballs there. And a number 8. And a number 10. After we get these marked halfway down, we'll go back through and finish cutting all the way down. Hold on, babe. All right, and then we got food storage bags. Make sure these are the microwave safe variety when you store your food in these. If they're microwave safe, they're usually freezer safe, which you really want to make sure of so your food doesn't start to go bad faster than it should. And we're just going to put 1 pound each into these bags. And then we're going to squish them down to get all the air out so they lay nice and flat in the freezer. I like to get out the exact amount of bags that I'm going to need so that I'm not contaminating the other ones in the box by reaching in there. And I don't know if this packaging that comes in is safe to microwave again. And when I thaw these back out, I'm going to want to put them in the microwave. I've got quart size bags here. So we're going to press it down like this. It's going to make these fit really nice into my freezer. And squeeze out all that extra air. And then zip it the rest of the way. Put that aside for stacking. All right, and then repeat for 20 times. Because we got 20 pounds to get done here. But we're getting low on meat and the apocalypse is coming. So I started getting a little panicky. You'll notice as I do this, only one of my hands is touching that meat. For the most part. That way I'm not really contaminating the entire bag. This hand is the hand that is picking up the meat and getting dirty. This hand, I'm trying to keep it clean. Just like that. And what you want to do is go through and fill all of these bags like that. Then we're going to wash our hands. And then we're going to squish them all down with clean hands so that everything goes into the freezer nice and clean. Well, as clean as can be anyways. Okay. Easy peasy. Yeah, that's right, girl. Easy peasy. And making a giant mess out of this cutting board here. After I package this hamburger, we're going to be packaging chicken, which I found chicken breasts yesterday at Albertsons for $2.29 a pound. So I ran over there to get some, and I was surprised surprised. They were the biggest chicken breast I've ever seen in my life. Each one weighs about 2¼ pounds. Kind of tells you they've been holding out on that chicken for a while for us, because those chickens got to be big. Or it could be hormones that they're putting in the chickens making them that big. But I'll show you here soon. Make sure you get all the meat off of your zipper seal right there so that it seals really tight too. You could fold the zipper down on these if you want. It takes the extra time. And then stick them in there like that, and that'll keep your zipper seal nice and clean. Okay, let's get these thrown away, and we will wash our hands and get ready to squish. I did wash my cutting board before we started this because I don't want to contaminate the outside of my packaging here. Push it all down until it's nice and smooth. Then zip it closed. I guess you could use something flat and heavy to do this, like a bacon press. Let's try it. Now, if you have one of these nifty things, not the dog, who's always standing beside me, we got us a bacon press. And we're just going to press that down on there till it's a nice giant patty. Oh, wouldn't that make a good size hamburger right there? Ooh, yeah. That'd be a good hamburger. It's a whole pound, though. That's something that, it's a birthday hamburger right there. Look at that. Guess you could use a rolling pin if you have a decent rolling pin, too. Rock it back and forth till it's nice and tight. Oh, man, that works like a charm. Look at that. You learn something new every day. And you got to do this nice and slow so you don't blow that seal open. It's nice and slow. And then, as soon as you lift it up, zip it shut. And that helps keep all that airtight in there. Honey, that's not going to work out for you. Oh, always got myself a little helper here. Okay, here, let Grandma help you. It's hard, huh? Yeah. Who, me? Is it your turn? Okay, get over here. Sit down. You can do this. It's hard. Okay, let's see if it's flat. Nope. You better try again. Careful, that thing will hurt you. You could do this with a cutting board too. But no, you're not going to use your feet on the bacon press. Here, let Grandma help. And then you can zip it up. Does that sound good? Yeah. Okay. Now, Michaela, zip it up. Zip it. Zip it. Okay. You gotta close it fast so the air doesn't get back in. Excellent. My turn. You want to try again? Yeah. Right. Okay, one more. That's going to be the last one. Wait, we got to do it this way. All right, and then I'm putting these 4 pounds at a time into a 1-gallon Ziploc bag. This way here, it'll be double protected in the freezer because it's got a second layer here to prevent from frostbite. But you see all that air that's getting in there? What you want to do is just open one little corner right here. And we're going to take it over to a bowl of water. We're going to set it in there. It's going to get all that air out while we zip it. All right, and now you're just going to take this 1-gallon bag, set it into a large bowl of cold water. Make sure your zipper doesn't go underwater. And, oh, did I got that sealed all the way? You don't want it sealed all the way. You got to press some of the air out. And then you take it all underwater. And the water does not, or the air will not stay in the bag. And then that one little piece that you got right there. Just keep it underwater. And then, oops. Okay, keep it underwater. Squeezes all the air out. And then squish it tight. There we go. Now that's going to be at least for a year in the freezer. All right, let's get the rest of these done so we can get these put away quickly. Okay, so then we can do that with the second bag here. Just make sure that you got it sealed up about 80% of the way. And then just slowly start dipping it. And then hold it underwater. You could do this in your sink too, but I think it's a lot easier to just have a little bowl here. And you just seal it up right up against that. Okay, there we go. And that is also, that's going to last in the freezer for at least a year because it's double packaged and there's very little air in this bag. Okay, let's get the rest of those done so we can do the chicken. These are these giant chicken breasts that I was telling you about. Look at the size of these things. I have never seen anything like this before. They might be hybrid and full of hormones. I got these on sale for $1.99 a pound. They had a limit of 10 pounds. That's how much. That means it was, oh, it's 6.58 pounds. Okay. Usually I'd put 2 at a time into a Ziploc bag because it takes 2 chicken breasts to equal 1 meal for like chow mein or something, or 2 packages if we're all having chicken breast. But I don't even know, I might have to cut these down just to get them to fit. These are quart-sized bags. Look at the size of that thing. That's the small one that was in here. And this other one only has 3 of them in it. Look at the size of these things. Like, this chicken must have been as big as a turkey. Look at this thing. Oh, same with this one. Huge. There's like a whole chicken in here. Okay, so you want to try to keep one hand not touching chicken, and the other hand is for touching chicken. That way you're not contaminating the outsides of your bags. Oh my gosh, these things are huge. Might need to just go with a gallon-sized bag for these. Okay, I pulled out the amount of bags that I was going to need, plus 1 extra one, just in case some of these need to be cut in half. But my gosh, these are giant. Okay, and I'm almost out of stacking room here. Yikes. That one wasn't opened. Okay. And get all the chicken in that one there. Okay, and now we're going to set this yucky one right underneath this one here and scooch everything over. I don't want to stop until I'm ready to get my hands dirty here. Ew, that one wasn't opened either. All right. This one's already starting to fill with air, which means that the chicken is starting to become gassy. That's how you know if your meat is good, is if there's air in the package. Don't buy it. That means it's been sitting long enough for the gases to form. I don't know if that applies for steak, but with ground beef and chicken, that definitely applies. Lunch meat especially. Ugh. Okay. They're fitting. I got one more. Yeah, I don't know about this. Look at the size of this thing. It's huge. It's way bigger than my hand. Jeez Louise. Oh, man. I don't know if that one is going to fit in there. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, just barely. It's 1 quart. That chicken breast by itself is 1 quart. That is huge. All right, so now we're going to throw these in the garbage, wash our hands, and put the rest of that chicken into a bowl of water to get the air out. All right, now that we got our hands clean, washed half of the cutting board here, we're just going to take each one of these. We'll start with this big honker. We're going to zip it all but like 10% of the way. Submerge it into a bowl of cold water, all except for that little piece that's right there at the tip. Oh, that's so fat, I got to help the air escape the bottom. And you just push it down into the water nice and slow. Let all that air escape. Even if a little bit of that water gets into the bag, don't worry about that. Oh, that did not work out very good. Is my seal not working? Always double check your seals too. That one might have just blown the seal because it was so fat. Okay, and you slowly just work all of those bubbles up to the top. And zip it, I zip it right up against the bowl as it starts to become submerged. Just like that. Okay. And now after we get a few of these put together, don't drop my bag on the floor here. We're going to put a couple of them. Oh, looks like probably 3 will fit into each bag here. And we're going to do the same thing with the large bag so that their freezer life is much more. Because I plan on going to get some more of this and stocking up. They had a 10-pound limit per day. And you have to use your phone number rewards to purchase it. So you can't just have a friend go with you. Okay. Drip it off slightly. You don't have to put these into a gallon-sized bag when you're done if you don't want to, but if you're planning on using it right away, that's kind of a waste of a gallon bag. But I just came back from the dollar store earlier to grab the essentials, and it looks like the apocalypse hit over there. It got me a little bit worried. I got to stock up because everybody else did. Everything was super full except for the essentials, which were all empty. The dish soap, laundry soap, toothpaste was gone. Well, they only had those little 1-ounce packages left. All the stuff that you actually need, the tissues, the toilet paper, all of that was completely gone. And the shower curtains, which are usually really full, those cheap shower curtains. I'm wondering what the heck is everybody using shower curtains for? Why was there so many shower curtains sold in the last... I just went there like 10 days ago. That was not the case. So I'm just wondering who is buying all these shower curtains and what are they buying it for? That's just extremely odd to me. Okay. Oh, that is heavy. That is like a 10-pound bag of chicken right there. It's heavy. All right. And repeat with the last 3. All right. And then if you have a deep freeze or a chest freezer, it'd probably be better. This is my downstairs freezer. I actually have 2 full-size fridges and a upright freezer in my shop. But I'm trying to alternate all my meat from the chest freezer and to use it first. So this freezer down here is becoming my stockpile freezer starting now because it was pretty empty before today. And I have this really awesome lightning frost that you can push on this. Oh, no, that's the lighting. Okay, that's not it. Freezer. Oh, press and hold for 3 seconds to power freeze. Wait, I don't think I did it right. There we go. And now everything is getting quickly frosted. These are 3 whole chickens that I have up top here. And since they're sold in a bag, they contain a salty, like watery brine that will keep these safe in the freezer for a very long time. Probably, I would say it's probably got 2 years in the freezer, as long as you make sure it doesn't get thawed out. And then we have, are you touching my peaches? We have the 20 pounds of ground beef. They're stacked 2 deep on this shelf here, which is just tall enough to put them in. And then we have 20 pounds of chicken breast on this shelf here. I'm actually missing a shelf because I took it out to wash it a few weeks ago and keep forgetting to put it back. And then down here we have peaches that we had froze the first go around with frozen peaches. That's why they're separate from my other peaches. And a pack of drumsticks, which I go through pretty quickly so they can stay in the package because they get used up in less than a month or 2. And then fish and shrimp goes in this drawer. And this drawer helps keep everything extra protected. Just like in the drawer of the fridge, you want to put all your vegetables and fruit in the drawers. It keeps them from getting exposed to the little bits of frost and moisture that break them down. My bottom drawer here is my frozen vegetables. Okay, so this is pretty bare bones for a stockpile for right now. My freezer door is empty too. I have an ice pack and 2 popsicles. It's time to get moving. The apocalypse is coming. All right, guys. See you next time. I'm going to go get some more meat, and then I'll see you again. Okay, bye. All right, and while you guys are stockpiling with me, I may as well give you a little peek at my pantry. Keep in mind, I've lived here for 11 years, and I don't usually show this to anybody. This is my own personal space. And it's just this little tiny room off my house. It's only about 4 foot wide. It's underneath of my garage slightly. Can make this a hidden room if we put, because it's right here at the bottom of the stairs. Could totally make this into one of those hidden, what do you call that, safe rooms? Can't remember what those are called. But I have this very large shelf that was here when I bought the house. And before I learned that the heavy stuff, like all those cans, go on the bottom, I had a lot of heavy cans on this side over here, which was mostly paint because we were painting everything at the time. I used to refinish furniture, so I had like 20 gallons of different paint colors down here on this one side. And this whole shelf decided to tip over fully loaded. It was terrifying. Oh, even now I just realized we didn't get it put back together correctly. A couple years ago, my husband reinforced it, putting a brace here. So now it's strong enough you can climb on it though. But that's a cement wall behind there. And that is really solid, like maple wood. I got vinegar up top here. I got 6 containers of vinegar in there. And I have an entire box of vinegar in here because that's really good for cleaning solution if you run out of the ability to get some at the store. And then we have 3-pound boxes of, oh no, these are 1-pound boxes of pasta. Easy Zatarain's rice. We don't do these very often, but every now and then you need a quick meal. And rice noodles, 3 pounds here. I got 2 in the upstairs pantry. Cranberries, that's for my stuffing for Thanksgiving. Gotta have cranberries. And then I have 3-pound boxes of pasta. We've got 5 of them here. I got some pinto beans. There's 5 1-pound packages there. Black-eyed peas, brown sugar, powdered sugar, popcorn mix with the butter. Yeah, we have a popcorn maker. Then we have some mayo, coffee syrup, plenty of baking powder, and times that you run out of baking soda, you can also use baking powder because it actually, most people don't know this, contains cornstarch, sodium bicarbonate, that's baking soda, sodium aluminum, and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, the main ingredient in this is baking soda. And we have some jelly, mustard, some ranch, some instant coffee. This is for baking, but that does come in handy if you need to take it on the road. And then we have all of our like teriyaki, soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce. I don't usually buy hoisin sauce, but I found this on sale because we make our own. Then we have a few hamburger helpers for those easy nights. Alfredo sauce, lots of refried beans, raisins, and lots of mac and cheese. I like this brand so much better. That there is kind of my, I'll eat it if I'm starving brand. And we got cherry pie filling. We're stocking up for the holiday dinner because it's going to get expensive this year. And then we got powdered butter and powdered milk. These were only $10 each. I've never used powdered butter powder before. But man, butter is getting pretty expensive, so I might have to break into this before the apocalypse. And we have all the flavored oatmeals that my kids like to eat for breakfast. This stuff is processed like instant noodles. It is not good for them. And then we have more powdered sugar. This is my secondary powdered sugar. This one was bought first, and this one was bought second. And I alternate everything toward the center from there and toward the center from here. That's how I can tell which ones to use. You always use from the center out this way and from the center out this way. And then I got my stockpile of coffee here. Maxwell Houses on this side. And U-Ban was really super expensive for such a long time. So I finally found it on sale right after I'd already stocked up on Maxwell House. So now we have 2 towers of U-Ban right here beside the doorway. And we have fruits up here and our canned tuna. Junk noodles. Those are all junk noodles. Lots of easy cake mix. I found those for $1 a piece. If you get anything into a bag like this, it will have a shelf life of, oh my gosh. This is like a foil lined package. The shelf life on this is probably 10 years. And then we got our canned chicken down here and the new tuna fish. We go from that one first. And then that'll be next. And then I have 80 pounds of rice down here, apple cider vinegar, juices, instant mac and cheese, and instant potatoes. All right. Now, you guys, this has been a storage room for half of my life when we couldn't afford to stock up on food. So half of this room has got paint. This is my Christmas early shopping. I like to look for things on sale before the holidays get here. This is my early Christmas shoppings. I have 7 granddaughters and a niece that I have to buy presents for. Not to mention my own 3 children and their spouses. And then over here we have ranch, mayo, lots and lots of pancake mix all the way back. And then sugar and egg noodles, cereals, juices, more cereals, lots of peanut butter. You can never have too much peanut butter. That is an essential nutrient. And flour. And most of my flour is all-purpose unbleached. It has less diesel fuel in it, just like the instant noodles. That bleached flour is processed the same way with that yucky diesel fuel. Well, it's kind of like diesel fuel. It's not actually diesel fuel. And then over here I have tomato sauce and 1 container of oil. It's so pitifully expensive right now that we only have 1 back stock of oil. And then we got some baked beans for easy meals and 3-pound boxes of pasta. So there's 12 pounds of spaghetti noodles here. And then up here's my diced tomatoes, cocoa powder for baking, beef base. This is probably what I'm going to stick to from now on because beef bouillon is terrible. Then extra seasonings, lots of extra iodized salt. I have sea salt upstairs also. Okay, but anyway, you guys saw my dirty room. See you next time.